The who?
The arena, I guess.
Oh, well, we just got here, so I mean, it's big. It's big.
How just special coming back here? I mean, obviously you had that video last night and got a little emotional and talking about, I guess, your journey beginning here.
Yeah, it's always special. I come back to SAC just knowing this was the start of it all. My first game as a professional, and so it's always has an attachment to me. Just being here and playing.
Do you ever reflect when you come out of the tunnel?
Well, now it's going to be a little bit different because of the new arena, but in the past 13 years, I've always reflected coming out in the tunnel and playing. But being here, I think about, just coming here as an 18-year-old kid and starting my journey, so there's a lot of reflection.
Well, what do you remember most about putting those shoes on the very first time?
It was just a dream come true. It was just an 18-year-old kid that had so many dreams, and the odds were stacked up against him. And for me to be in a position where, I was putting on a pair of shoes that had my name on them, putting on a jersey that had my name on the back, my family's name on the back. It was just a moment where, anything is possible, and if you just put your heart to it and you have a great supporting cast and you put in the work, then things can come true, and it was a great moment for me.
Is it hard to play in an arena for the first time? Is it hard to play in an arena that you've never played in before?
No.
There's no, have to get used to the background or the rim.
Nah, 2 hoops and the ball. I'm good.
When did you hatch the idea to do the retros?
Well, the conversation's been going on for a couple of years now, but we was make sure the timing is right. We've been listening to a lot of the people, that's been following my career, and sneakerheads that's been following my career. I've been given a little bit of a hint every now and then, wearing retros and things of that nature, just to gauge the fans and gauge my people who's been along the journey with me. So it's been a conversation, but it finally came together the last couple months.
You warmed to practice last year during the finals. How much have you played in that since your rookie year? Any
I haven't played in them, so it's going to be. I'm not quite sure I'm going to play them tonight. I may give it a little go, but I'll probably switch out at some point if I do give it a go.
Of all the models, which one is your favorite one?
The first one is my favorite because it's just the beginning. It's it's like your first child, and I know you're not supposed to pick one or the other, even though my daughter is above everybody in the household right now. But it was the first start. It was the start of it all. So I'm just blessed to be in this position today.
How much feedback or input did you get on the model? Anything about it?
I've been part of the process since day one, and that's why the relationship and the with Nike has been so genuine over the past 14 years, because it's been a great dialogue between the two sides.
They made like a big bet on you before you even played NBA game to make that deal. Does this cause you to reflect on that at all? The way, obviously, that relationship, they made another bet on you last year, the lifetime extension.
Well, I would say the first bet was. The lifetime deal wasn't much of a bet. That was a for sure thing. The first one was a bet. They took a chance on me, and if you ever read Shoe Dog, Phil Knight's book, my show, my appreciation to him, I got him a Rolex. The first year that the Rolex was, same year that Rolex came out was the same year Nike was introduced to the world, and I had it engraved on the inside of the Rolex, just thanks for taking a chance on an 18-year-old kid from Akron, Ohio. So it was actually a skinny kid from Akron, Ohio. So they took a chance, and it was up to me, to believe in myself, and I was able to do that.
What do you see in just the Kings and the challenge they posed tonight?
Well, it starts with the head of the snake, and that's Big Cuz. He's the best big man in our game. His ability to not only play in the interior, but he handles the ball extremely well. He's shooting the three, gets his guys involved at times too. So it's a big challenge for not only our bigs, for Tristan, Kev, Channing, but for the rest of the team as well. We gotta pay a lot of attention to him.
As you watched Team USA this past summer, what did you see that he added to that? Obviously, it was a different type of role than he plays here in Sacramento.
I mean, you just got to have grit. Playing against the rest of the world, you got to be gritty. You got to do things that sometimes is out of your comfort zone. And that's for all of us. Everybody who's been a part of Team USA, you can't be, the same player that you are. When you respect the team, you're not going to get as many touches. You're not going to get as much playing time. But it's the little things that matter that's going to help the team bring home gold, and they all did that, including Coach.
You seem to always have a pad on your shoulders, so maybe the pressure from the shoe contract wouldn't have caused from that. I don't know what that means. But did you receive any resentment from opponents or anything like that because you were coming in with all this, having not played a game?
I don't know. And there was a couple. There's a couple guys that helped motivate me. Not gonna talk about it. It'd be part of my book. But there was a couple guys that had some things to say that I held on to, and but I knew what I was capable of. I knew I could play the game, and I knew that my game would catch up to my mind. My mind was above, me actually going out on the floor. And everybody saw what I was able to do on the floor, but no one knew what my mind was capable of doing. So there's no resentment now.
With it being Friday the 13th, whether it's now or even as a kid, do you have any superstitions?
Superstitions? No, but I'm a huge horror fan. I love horror movies, and obviously, Friday the 13th being Jason Voorhees' day is, I think it's cool, And I remember as a kid on Friday the 13th, when I got home from school, my mother and I, we just always just watch horror movie after horror movie after horror movie after horror movie, and it's crazy because now my kids love horror movies too. My two boys love them. They when I come home, they be wanting to watch horror movies. So, but no superstitions besides just having a great respect for some of the slashers of all time, some of the greatest ones of all time, and Freddy, Michael Myers, and Jason Voorhees, and Chucky, and a couple more.
You were either 21 or maybe 23 when you gave Phil that watch. So the question is, when do you feel like you made good on their bet?
When I stepped on this floor. Well, not this floor, but Arco.
So there was so much for you to do after you stepped on the floor.
I mean, they saw me in high school now. They see what I was capable of doing. They took a chance, but at the same time, they knew what they were signing. And when I stepped on this floor for the first time, my first time playing in the NBA, they knew they made the right bet.